Text appears. Yosemite National Park works with national parks around the world, exchanging skills, knowledge, and experience. Yosemite is helping Mongolia's Lake Hovsgol National Park develop its sign system and construct its main entrance signs. In a cavernous workshop, a man uses a ceiling hoist to carefully lower a 6-foot-long steel sheet onto a work table. The man helps a woman put on a welding mask. They work together, using a large wood template to trace a shape on the steel sheet.
Okay, we're here in Yosemite today. We're making the sign for Lake Hovsgol National Park, and we just got done with our first part, which was we used plasma arc torch to cut the steel, and we cut it in the shape of Lake Hovsgol.
Text appears. Funding was provided in part by the Mongol Ecology Center.
And now what I'll do is remove the template, try and shake the slag loose, and remove the centerpiece, which we're going to use as an alternate sign as well.
The man uses a hammer and chisel to knock away the metallic gray crust around the shape.
So Yosemite National Park is really proud of its Sister Park program. Over the last couple of years, we've reached out to parks throughout the globe and on each continent to establish a sister park. Most recently, we've been working with Lake Hovsgol in Mongolia. Sister park agreements usually mean that staff from each park visit the other park and share information, ideas, and experience. We're really proud to be working with Lake Hovsgol in the creation of signs.
The welder and Mongolian visitor inspect the finished steel cutout.
I think the challenge was just to get all the information together to be able to come up with a design.
In a meeting, staff members review plans for sign designs and placement. A screen shows English text above Mongolian text in Cyrillic letters. The staffers look over old maps and tourist guides for Lake Hovsgol National Park.
So I mean, the kilometer abbreviation is all lowercase. So it's actually in parallel line with.
I have a total of 10 stencils I'll be using between the 3 panels. Each line of stencils is going to be for each one of those panels that I will be laminating together. And hopefully I spell this right.
The sign maker arranges a series of stencils on a large work table. The stencils have both English and Cyrillic words in 6-inch high letters. In a workshop, he uses a handheld router to carve the words into the surface of several 8-foot-long wood planks. Afterward, the man glues reinforcing discs into the long edge of one of the planks. The discs stick out and fit into corresponding slits cut into one of the other planks. The 2 sign makers carefully lower one plank lengthwise onto the other, creating a single large sign. Later, they use clamps, weights, and steel bars to hold the sign together while the glue sets. One of the men takes a swig from a bottle of water. At Yosemite Village, a ranger talks to 2 visitors.
One of the most important things about the sign program in Yosemite is consistency. The visitors need consistent messaging. They need to understand that when they see a sign, they know that it's official, that they know what it looks like, what it means, and that it communicates, something to them. When people see that brown color, they recognize it as a national park sign.
Inside an office.
This is pretty much a universal guide for roadway sign standards that we follow pretty much throughout the whole entire park. You can go to any other national park and the brown and white directional signs, a lot of the symbols that you see, a lot of the wood signs that you see are all going to follow, these specific standards for signage.
Back in Yosemite Village,
This black band across the top with the arrowhead and the text here is universal throughout our publications in the National Park Service, throughout our signs in the National Park Service. You'll find it on our websites. And so this branding right here carries over for all those different communication pieces. And so you're going to find people, when they see this black band, they know that's a National Park Service piece. They recognize it instantly.
Footage of tourists in Yosemite.
For national parks to have good signage and well-maintained signage is number one, really important for the public safety. People have to know how to navigate safely. You know, accidents can happen if people don't know where they're going. People can get lost.
A man stands next to a finished Mongolian sign.
So yeah, I think the fun part of working with this sign and this project is the bilingual aspect of it, and working with the Mongolian text and font and making that match up with the English version and putting it all together and making it work. We haven't really done that a lot, so it's sort of a new adventure for us.
Sign makers laminate metal signs and hand paint letters onto wood signs.
I think it's great that, you know, the Park Service standard that we have in the U.S. is going to be implemented into our sister parks abroad internationally. And just the idea that you could go somewhere outside the United States and see the same product that we have here is kind of neat to me. And that, you know, I get to be a part of that. There's going to be a part of me in Mongolia now. So I feel great about this project.
In Mongolia, one of the new bilingual road signs marks the entrance to the park. In an open field, a steel cutout and large wood sign are mounted together on a stone base. A photo shows smiling Mongolian park staff members posing with the sign.